Experience.
Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Pat Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience mini version for this video. You can always catch this on the audio podcast, which is after the Spread Pick show this week. Go watch them all. Smash like, sub to the channel while you're here. And as a fun giveaway to you fantastic golf viewers out there, if you want a pack of Provies, leave a rating and review on the audio podcast, Spotify or Apple. Put your Twitter handle or email in it. 5-star review, a nice rating. Make up something you enjoy about the show because I got Fienberg back talking golf on. It's the last tournament of the year. I didn't want to go the entire year or end the season without talking about the last event, but I'm not going to lie to you. This LIV stuff, it took away my enjoyment of swing season golf to no end.
When you say this LIV stuff, like, are you talking about something in specific, or like what LIV golfers would you have wanted to would have played in these events?
Nothing. There's just too much going on. Like, I have football to focus on. It was nice when there was one thing that was going on. It was one PGA event every single week. Then there's like LIV events, and then I don't even know who's in the field half the time for the PGA events because they've lost. Like, the upper echelon of these, and we like the CJ Cup was really good. The Mayakoba was probably the best field it's had, and they're making a concerted effort to do that. But like, even some of these weeks, and I know that we usually get terrible fields, but we get like one or two big names. I just looked at the field for the RSM. Finau pulls out. Like, the betting favorite is Brian Harman. Fucking kill me.
I can't dispute any of that. I wish golf took a longer off season. I have no complaints that this is the last PGA Tour event for a bit. Yeah, I am sort of burnt out on golf, and with football on, it's easy to not care.
I'm excited for Tournament of Champions. I'm excited for Sony. I'm excited for the real golf season to get back going. Me and you on Mondays, making some bets, probably losing some money like we're going to try to do right here. But I'm looking at this. I don't want to do extensive research. I did a little bit into the RSM, but I know how this tournament plays itself out. Who are like the second-tier goobers who play well at Sony, Heritage, Wyndham? They're probably going to play well on Sea Island between the two courses. The two-course rotation first 2 days, Plantation and Seaside. Then you go to the Seaside. Only Seaside has the shot link. Although I did see that the PGA app, Chris Powers, our guy from Golf Digest, did a report on this. Apparently the new PGA app might actually be, I don't know, current to 2017 at least.
Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it.
For sure.
But it is encouraging to see that they're engineering something apparently good for us.
I like that one of the comments below, because I saw he put the tweet of the article out. So someone had made mention. It's like, am I able to stream the audio version of the round at the same time I can check the leaderboard, or will it just quit itself like it does now? There was no answer for that one as of yet, but that is fucking frustrating to no end.
I cannot. I hate. Oh my God. You know, I could get into a car accident and sue them.
You couldn't because you're not in America, but that sounds like a very plausible American type of lawsuit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm right. Your app stopped. I had to go start it again. Oh my God. And I know it's just coincidence, but for me, it stops. Like, it quits at the worst time. Like the ball is off the putter face. The ball is in the air. It's a shot I'm intrigued about. Yeah, they make it hard to love and consume the product, but it's golf, so we love it.
Are you saying that it never cuts out at the time? We're getting to the half hour where we have to recap the leaderboard like you don't own the internet or are listening to this.
It doesn't. It never stops out during like the Steven Singer jewelry commercial.
I do like those though. Hey, and as long as Arnie's Army continues to get some play, I'm all in on all of this. So the odds for the week, I mentioned Brian Harman is 16-1. Hoagie, Day, I guess Day's doing stuff here in the swing season. Great. He'll probably withdraw if people bet him this week. Montgomery, my guy who never wins and couldn't even putt last week, couldn't even come top 10 again. Power, Neesmith, Mitchell, Thigala, Denny, Mac Hughes, Spawn, Damon, Putnam, Rogers, Davis Riley. Who'd you bet? Because I know you've already put your bets in.
Yeah, so I could tell you my betting card. I bet Tom Hoagie. That was all these bets were Finau, so I got Hoagie at 32-1.
Ooh.
I bet Mackenzie Hughes at 50. I bet Davis Riley at 50. I bet Pendrith at 60. And when Finau, like any good DGen will do, Pat, when Finau withdrew, I ran to make a bet because like that's what you got to do. And I took Neesmith at 40. So those are the 6 guys that I'm rocking. I also like Grayson Sig a lot.
Where's Chris Kirk? Why isn't he playing? What happened to
he is playing.
Okay, so yeah, I clicked on the DP World Tour by accident. I was like, I guess he's not in the DP World Tour Championship. Much better field this week, by the way. Yeah, 66-1 for Chris Kirk. This tournament in my mind, and maybe I'm wrong. Let me go look at the past winners here. Yeah, so you have like Gooch, T-Dunks, Streb has won this twice. Mackenzie Hughes won that like weird 5-man playoff. Kisner broke through.
There's 3 200-1 winners in the last 5 years, I believe.
Hughes, Duncan, and Streb?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because I hit Austin Cook when he was winning. So you either have a long shot or it's like the season culmination tournament of guys that played really well all year, never won, and they finally get their win here.
So that's kind of the reason I've like just blindly bet Davis Riley, and it's just like a season achievement bet. I really am impressed with your season. You weren't Cam Young, but you were an incredibly consistent, impressive rookie, in my opinion. I don't like to get caught up in the long shot stuff because I would also argue, Pat, almost it feels like in the last year and a half.
They don't hit.
Yeah, the good players just win. Like just win. It doesn't matter. The guys, they win. I know we had the was it Mac Hughes who won? Yeah.
Yeah, Mac Hughes won here. He beat Horschel. I think Norlander was in that playoff.
No, a few weeks ago. Didn't Mac Hughes win a few weeks ago, or am I making that up?
He won Sanderson, didn't he?
Yeah, so that was a big number, and even Billy Horschel 60-1 is one of the biggest outright numbers in the last like 8 months in golf PGA.
Yeah, Spawn won at big odds. KH Lee repeated at big odds, but generally it's been guys underneath 25-1. Right?
KH Lee was the week before a major. I swear to you, we went the rest of the season without anything over 60-1 until the fall. I mean that. Billy Horschel was the peak. No, someone won the John Deere, but everyone was bad at the John Deere. But even that number wasn't so big.
Who won the John Deere? I remember I had Bezadenhout, and I thought he was going to make a run. It never happened. Goddard, too, made a run. It didn't happen. Completely forgot who won. Anyway, that's great.
It was... Who won?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's how long it's been now, and everything's like
it was a bet. Everyone was on the bet. It was I wasn't.
Oh
on it.
yeah, was it Poston?
Yes. Everyone called like it was such a. I'm like, no, golf betting's not that easy. I'm not taking part in that party. He wins.
So I'm trying to figure out who I want here. Can this be? And I'm going purely on the narrative of either season achievement trophy. Is it Thigala's to lose?
Okay, I really like that, but it seems like the complete course fit opposite for Sahith.
I would agree.
You can't overpower this place at all. You just play it in the short. You play it short and you plop around.
Yeah, but Luke List, I recall having like decent runs at this course in the past. Oh, his stats actually go.
Luke List, yes. You look at the course horses. It's so funny. It's like Knox and Streb and all these Kisners, all these little short knockers, Webb Simpson and. Luke List is such an outlier name on that list. But these are the 3rd easiest greens to hit on tour. It's a putting contest, so it can be hard to like List, but he's an Augusta area guy, Georgia guy. People, a lot of people are just blindly betting the Sea Island crews, your Kisners, your English. I know Sig is part of that. Kazire is a long shot that could be boom or bust. I don't know why I said that, but I'm not picking him.
Trying to think, Adam Long, is he playing this week? I'm just looking at guys who played well.
He is.
Just looking at guys who played well at Heritage. I think I'm just going to keep this really small here as we talk about this through in real time. I like Putnam because I've been on Putnam like DraftKings wise. I don't like 35-1, mind you. I think I might go with Damon. Damon's 30-1. I think he's played well 2 of the past 3 weeks, and he's another like Heritage Pebble Beach. Probably the same reason that people like Sig, who popped at Pebble earlier this year. I think the same thing is on Damon, who also played really well at that tournament. And at least he has a win on tour. And I'll probably just go with Davis Riley. I mean, why is Matt Kuchar 40-1? Why can't he be like 80-1? That's not fair.
Yeah, I am not sure, Pat. Sig apparently holds like course records on the C course. But like a lot of guys are very comfortable. They come here forever. Shoot, there was one Justin Rose, Pat.
Oh boy,
Little short knocker course. I don't know. I've made my bets, but I am very much into I enjoy seeing Rose and Day like just being consistent good golfers again. I would like that. Ricky Fowler obviously on that list as well.
Why isn't Fowler playing here?
It's a great question.
Oh,
hadn't even thought about
What's
it.
Goddard done lately? Has he done anything? I can't wait to
No,
waste all
he's
my
like
money on Goddard.
175 to 1. He got so wasted after his second place, he never hit the ball again. Right.
He's made every cut during the swing season.
Sorry, I say
events.
that from like an outright perspective. That was kind of an unfair comment, obviously.
Yeah, he was 7th in Puerto Rico, he was 4th at the John Deere, got his card, and that was sort of the end of him. So,
what about Sepp on a little Bermuda iron track? 90 to 1?
Why is Sepp 90 to 1? I just assumed he wasn't in the field. Am I gonna have to play? I'll waste money on 6 more guys this week. How about that? Just we don't have golf again until January, so Neesmith could have a season achievement award. I'm going to not be happy if Taylor Montgomery wins at 25 to 1. By the way, be very upset. with that.
I've been on him the last couple weeks. I just had to pivot. I don't like the course fit. I'd rather, if I'm gonna bet a guy like that, I'd rather take the 50 on Sahith if I'm playing the anti-course fit. I feel.
But why is he an anti-course fit? You said this is a putting contest. No one's been better at putting than him.
Jeez, I mean, when you put it that way, you're not wrong at all.
He finally had a bad week on the greens last week.
The guy finishes like 12th, and it feels like an underachievement based on his other finishes.
All right, so here's
Crazy.
what I keep saying. Like, I haven't been paying as close attention recently. I'm paying attention obviously because I like golf and I bet on it and follow my guys. But I keep seeing Molinari's name pop up for like a little bit, and then he goes away. Is he someone we can like get on here come the new season?
Maybe. I mean, if he's a little knocker that fits with the course history.
Kirk has won here before, by the way.
Yeah.
Kirk?
And he's a Georgia guy. He's
Sure.
one of the Georgia boys.
Yeah, he has not had a good swing so far. What
Everyone loved, like a month and a half ago in this event, Scott Stallings would have been 25 to 1.
He kind of shot his wad though, didn't he?
I assume so. I see him at 60. I remember how great and consistent, and people loved betting him.
So my rankings, this still had Finau in the field. Hoagie, Herman, Riley, Lipsky, Hubbard, the top 5. Streelman, List, Lee Hodges, J.J. Spawn, Davis Thompson. Davis Thompson is now just taking the spot of Chris Goddard, of guy that I'm just going to bet. You know who else I'm going to bet? Ben Griffin. I don't give a fuck if all he does is just gain all his strokes putting. I'm betting that guy at 100 to 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Rather bet Ben Griffin than Denny McCarthy.
What are Denny's odds? Like 10 to 1 or something?
I thought it was like 25 or 30.
Yeah, I'd rather bet Taylor Montgomery. All right, so here are the 6 that I'm going with. Damon 33, no each ways this week, just enhanced offerings. Damon 33, Putnam 40, Davis Riley 45, Griffin and Straka 100, Davis Thompson 90 to 1. Boom. Let's win some money.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on the Straka and Thompson with you.
Yeah, you might as well get on Ben Griffin too. The Fantasy National Simulator has him as the number 1 player this week.
What are his odds?
100 to 1.
Okay, fine.
Did you do any DP stuff?
No, I didn't touch it. I thought about doing like an exact 1-2 Rory Rom Rory. I don't know what to do with that. You ever seen 2 guys under 5 to 1 in a not live?
Especially with like good guys in the tournament, by the way. It's not like Fitz isn't playing. It's not like Morikawa and Hovland aren't playing. Like, they're all there. Yeah. Lowry's there.
Hatton, Fleetwood off a win. Bobby Mack Bobby Mack, in terms of seeing other people's cards that I trust, he seems to be a name that people seem to like this week.
What are his odds?
35.
I mean, for like, what is it, like a 20-man field or something? Is it one of those events? Oh,
it's not a 20-man field, but you'd probably think only like 25 of these guys can win.
Have we seen weirdo winners at this event? Like, is this a culmination award of guys who have just played well on the DP World Tour for the course of the season? Like Gavin Green or Thirsty Lawrence or fake Johnny Manziel, like one of these guys who's always just sniffing the leaderboard in Europe? I mean, I don't
Maybe,
know. Tom and
but-
Sky probably have this on lockdown. That shows up right now, by the way, on Mayo Media Network.
Even when the good players show up in Europe, the good players are winning. Like, that seems to be just a worldwide theme. The only place on tour bad players won this year was LIV. And then the good players started to win on LIV and ended that.
See, course form. Who won this last year? Whoever won this last year is not playing this year.
Gooch.
Oh, Gooch won this last? No,
Oh,
Dubai.
sorry. Rory?
Now Roy was 8th. I don't know who won last year.
Westwood?
Maybe. Fitz won 2 years ago. Rahm won 2 years before that. I think Westwood won the year before that. And then it was Rahm, then Fitz. Fitz has won here twice since 2016. Rory hasn't won since 2015.
Yeah, you're right. There are pretty good players here to bet a Rahm or Rory under 5-1, because it does seem like there's a dozen who could take it from them.
Morikawa won last year, by the way. He's
His
not
last win.
Yeah, he's not playing this
There's
year.
only
Yeah, Willett won in 2018. It wasn't Fitzpatrick. It wasn't Westwood. Westwood won in 2009, the first year that they had it at this course, or this event, or whatever it might be. Anyway, that is those two. You can bet Corey Connors for a win over in Japan against Tom Kim this week. That'll be fun in the Dunlap. You also have Aaron Wise and Mito, 4chan Kim, playing in that event. But I want you to talk to me about this LIV Pat Perez stuff, because I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, so I guess it was last week or 2 weeks ago. A bunch of my buddies, I wasn't really in the loop. Perez did a podcast or something, and he was like obliterated Phil. Pretty much, quote is, when it comes to Phil, I have a different hate for Phil than most people. People won't know the story. I'm not going to go into the story, but Phil crossed the line with me that is just uncrossable and unforgivable. So people be like, what the hell is that? Like,
Phil sleep
didn't
with his
really
wife?
gain enough Pardon?
Did Phil sleep with his wife?
So it didn't really gain a ton of attention, but sort of in our orbit on the Twitter, it obviously got some traction. And Shipnick did a internet Q&A, whether yesterday or on the weekend or this morning, and someone asked Shipnick in that Q&A, what's the Pat Perez Phil dust up about? I read once in a detective novel that all crime is about sex or money. My bet is sex. You? Shipnick's reply, well, it ain't about money. In the course of reporting my book on Mickleson, I kept hearing of his riff with Perez, a fellow San Diego native. They have a lot of history. Perez has always fancied himself a Tiger guy, which means he has never been warm and cuddly towards Phil. But what inspired Perez to spout off on various podcasts recently was Mickelson doing something that deeply offended Perez and his wife, Ashley. I approached Pat a couple of times to see if he'd go off on record, but he declined. I had a handful of players and caddies tell me that they heard the incident directly from Perez, but the details are so inflammatory, I didn't feel comfortable putting the story in the book without a direct confirmation. The whole situation is still clearly festering with Perez, so we'll see if he chooses to make the details public. If so, it will certainly set off a firestorm. So the obvious easy rumors are like he sent his wife a dick pic, or like that's the low hanging easy, where the brain goes quickly. But yeah, I think LIV should pay Pat Perez to do a sit down and tell the story. Like LIV Golf. Greg Norman should pay Pat Perez to go public with this story. I think this rumor, this riff, is almost as good news as any LIV can get outside of signing a DJ or Cam Smith.
Or a Patrick Cantlay or a Siwoo Kim, which I've heard now too. I appreciated Kenny's take on this. By the way, Fantasy Golf Degenerates already up for the week for the RSM for your DraftKings picks on that. But if you are a Korean player who is still obligated to do their military service at some point, why not take the bag from the LIV? Because as he pointed out, no one has gone to the military service and come back and won outside of a Korn Ferry event that Sangmoon Bay won.
You can't disagree with that at all. Why not be a 3-time winner in your career and get paid like you won 15 times from LIV before you have to go? And if LIV wanted to grease the South Koreans, that would be smart. I mean, we spoke forever about Hideki and how, that would have been so obvious for the Asian market. Well, South Korea, I guess maybe that can be their next move, or Hideki is still a move. But I wouldn't blame any South Korean. It'd break all our hearts to see Woo or Tommy Kim go. But I mean, those ones would make a lot of sense. You wouldn't have to stand in front of a podium and lie or be, fake contrite either. I think people would totally get that one.
I would be bummed. Listen, I hope Siwoo goes and gets his money, and then I can just bet Siwoo every single week on LIV. That'd be fun. I do not. I think it'd be weirdly. I mean, obviously, Cantlay is a major one, and I really think that he's going to go. That probably means Xander's going too, which is not good. But losing Tom Kim would be like a real kick in the junk for the PGA Tour. I love Tom Kim. He's great. Yeah,
it'd be a huge loss, and it would really kill the narrative that I myself kind of created. And just. I say it often, but that polarizing week where Stenson tells the Ryder Cup to fuck off, I'm out, I don't need you, I'm taking this money, and then goes and wins $4.5 million in a 30-man tournament, gets no traction the very next week at the Wyndham, Tom Kim, and it just feels like you can't buy the magic. Like, that's a story. That's what we love. And then obviously the Tom Kim wagon that we've seen. To lose that magic, that would really sting. That would really sting. The Xander Cantlay rumors don't seem to go away, so that is hyper concerning. And even as somebody who I now feel like I'm in the acceptance stage of LIV to a certain degree, that would be a huge one. And I fully expect, Pat, it's not a surprise to anyone to think or say, like, LIV is going to double down on last year. They didn't just spend like $900 million to not spend another $800 million this year on getting another 4 or 5 great players that would probably all be under 60-1 in a major. Like, I'm expecting them to do that.
I am pro Xander and Cantlay leaving the PGA Tour. I am happy about this. Get them out of here.
Well, listen, you want to pay Patrick Cantlay $100 million when literally golf fans can't even recognize him in a lineup? Go for it. Go for it. Go. Have him. I thought he's great. He's amazing. But I'm like, right? Like, we make fun of Justin Thomas has done what he does. His that needle barely moves for him. It doesn't even exist for Patrick Cantlay. And that's not a knock on his golfing at all. I
get rid of Xander, get rid of Cantlay, then I can't lose money when they win tournaments anymore on the PGA Tour. I am perfectly happy with that. And I mean, I like watching Xander. I think Xander's good. There's literally no one I hate watching more than Patrick Cantlay. I hate it. He's so slow. I hate it so much.
Yeah, send him to YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that Fox deal should be happening this year.
Yeah, but it's not a Fox deal. Like they're paying to be on Fox.
Yeah,
it's like paid.
100%.
It's like when you see me and Reed Fowler pop up on your Sunday morning like football before like the pregame comes on for half an hour. Like DraftKings paid for that spot to be on TV.
No, I'm very aware they are paying for the right. It's literally like an infomercial. That being said, Pat, LIV, not LIV. I think a lot of the people that are attracted to golf that the advertisers go after, he's like, my dad, if Phil Mickelson is on his TV hitting a golf shot, if Cam Smith is on his TV hitting a golf shot, if Dustin Johnson's on his TV hitting a golf shot, because he doesn't know how to go to YouTube on the TV, because he's practically 80, he would stop and watch. He would. Like, those people, if they see Dustin Johnson lining up a shot on their TV, they're going to stop. They're going to watch him because he's Dustin Johnson.
I can see it.
So
I think that
TV's
makes sense.
Important.
I agree that TV is important with the proliferation of this, but who are the ones? Siwoo, Xander, Cantlay. There was another one that I saw out there. I saw that people are arguing about who's on whose team now too. That's a part that I like about this. Are there going to be trades from these teams? Can you do that?
I have no idea. But can we get like a Phil versus Perez under the lights?
Well, they have to keep that story. If Perez is going to reveal this, now is not the time to do it. It's like right before, like a week before, 4 days before the first LIV event.
You're right.
You save that.
They got to be like the NFL, like as our boy Andy Lack and I were discussing the other day. Just keep extending the news cycle. Even a lot of the rumors you even feel come from them, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you can't blame even if the rumors come from agents, because if I'm a player who LIV is interested in, that rumor gets out there, I go in front of a microphone or on Twitter and say it's complete bullshit, it's not happening. Then the next time LIV calls me, the offer has $9 million more in it. Like, what a genius strategy.
Agreed. So who are your final bets?
I bet Hoagie at 30, Mac Hughes at 50, Riley at 50, Pendrith and Sig, and then I'm gonna look into those 100 to 1s you spoke about. I'm for sure playing Straka though, because that one I shouldn't have looked past.
All right, I got Damon 33, Putnam 40, Riley 45, Ben Griffin and Straka both at 100 to 1, Davis Thompson at 90 to 1. That will conclude the golf year. We'll have full-time coverage, obviously. Back starting in the new year, we'll have the golf draft. We'll have everything set up for you. Geoff, it has been fun talking golf with you this year.
Yeah, it has been fun. Like, here we are at the end of the year, and Tony Finau's a prolific winner, Pat.
I saw people tearing him down because he doesn't win any real events now, according to people.
That's the next step. You win, they're not good enough events, but I'm sure he's like probably 22 to 1 to win the Masters right now.
Oh, man. Well, everyone's probably like 22 to 1 to win the Masters. We don't even know who's all playing in the Masters.
That is true. Actually wonder, that's a fair question. Like, are LIV players on the Masters odds board?
I can look it up right now. I would guess that they are.
But ones that wouldn't be exempt?
No, I don't know about that, but Dustin's on there. Xander's on there for the moment.
Is Brooks?
Yeah, Brooks is on there. He's exempt, though.
I guess he's still... Neiman. Is Neiman on there?
Neiman. Yes, he is. He's 50 to 1.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Tied with Daniel Berger. Has Berger been hurt? Because he is.
Yes.
Okay, because he's just no-showed the swing season. I know Zalatoris is hurt, but man, these are bad.
Yeah,
odds.
Berger's hurt.
Siwoo 80 to 1. Oh, good. How cute. They're listing Ricky Fowler in the odds for the Masters. We'll see how that goes.
That's like, do you have you also assume this like Phil thing is like he like tried to pick up his wife or send her a dick pic or something?
You saying it to me was literally the first I've heard of it. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So that'd be
no, but now where does like your brain go? It's like, what could this be about? Like, it's not about stiffing him out of a golf game.
No, I mean, that's probably what it is. Well, it sounds like more of a Tiger move.
Yeah. Fair enough. Perez also took a lot of shots at Tiger last week too.
How dare he? Tiger's a guy. Tiger's a saint. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
And he's playing. He's playing in the thing with Charlie, and he's doing the match. So maybe we can talk about golf a little bit more as we get to the end of the year. I will. We went way too long on this. I thought it'd be a lot quicker, but we did 30 minutes on golf. Thank you for doing that and sharing your picks with me.
Hopefully there's something to end, a little carrot to end the season.
Hopefully it's Straka, and we both cash in big on Sepp Straka, 100 to 1. That will do it on the Pat Mayo Experience mini version. Smash the like on the way out, sub to the channel, and I will see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience.